Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be teaching you how to make authentic Thieboudienne. First, we're going to start with the stuffing for the fish, which is also called rof. This is a very important step because it gives the fish a really nice flavor. It's made with parsley, scotch bonnet peppers, and garlic. There are other variations where people add onions and green onions, but I find that they make the rof too watery, so I leave them out. We're also going to add in some salt to taste, chili powder if you like extra heat, and a seasoning cube, which is optional. You want to blend that roughly, like so, and then start poking holes on both sides of the fish, the part with the largest surface areas. Start stuffing the fish like I'm doing. Add some salt to the fish and make sure to mix that in to completely coat the fish. Heat your pot on the stove, and once it's hot, add in some oil. I'm using 3 cups of canola oil. Once the oil is hot, you can start frying your fish. Some people skip this part and add their fish straight to the stock, but I'm personally not a fan of that. However, it will save you a lot more time. Turn the fish to fry the opposite sides as well. And while all of that is happening, we're going to make our nakos. Nakos is a green seasoning blend that's very popular in West African cuisine. It gives dishes an amazing taste, and it also can be used for marinades as well. This particular nakos has 3 different kinds of bell peppers, green onions, scotch bonnet peppers, garlic, and onions. I like to blend it straight into the remaining rof if there's any left. I find that it truly elevates the flavor of the nakos. And we're also going to add in some salt and roasted garlic and pepper seasoning. You want to blend that up once again, and after, this is how it should look once it's done. Next, we'll take the rest of the fish out and move on to the rosi. The rosi is what I like to think of as the most important part of the chip. We start by frying some onions, scotch bonnet peppers, and yeat. Yeat is a sea snail that has been dried and fermented. It has a very strong and pungent smell, but it adds a deep umami flavor to the dish. Once the onions are caramelized and almost look like they're burning, we're going to add in tomato paste. You want to use tomato paste that has a low water content. It's better if you use double concentrated tomato paste though. Cook this down until it releases all of its flavors and trust me, it takes time. After about 15 to 20 minutes, add some chopped or diced tomatoes. You want to make sure you have less diced tomatoes than tomato paste because tomatoes are acidic and we want the sweetness of the tomato paste to dominate here. So after about 5 to 10 minutes, we'll add in some of the nakos and let it cook for about another 5 minutes. At this point, your tomato base should look like it's about to burn, but not quite. It's really important that it does not burn. Now we're going to add in some water. I'm using hot water because it helps speed up the process, but warm water works fine too. We'll start by adding in our vegetables. I'm using cabbage, cassava or yuca, okra, carrot, sweet potatoes, eggplant, and scotch bonnet peppers. We're also going to add in the fish that we fried earlier. Season the stock with some salt, just enough to taste, some of the nakos, and I also like to go in with some Maggi liquid seasoning, but it's optional. I'm adding in Geudj. Geudj is basically a salted, dried, and fermented fish. It's a key ingredient that gives Thieboudienne that authentic flavor. Cover the pot halfway and let it simmer on medium heat. After about 10 minutes or once the fish is fully cooked, you want to start removing it because it cooks fast and you don't want it to fall apart. By this time, it should have soaked up all of that delicious flavor from the stock. So while the rest of the vegetables are simmering, we're going to wash our rice. Traditionally, Thieboudienne uses jasmine broken rice. If you can't find that, regular jasmine rice works fine too. Wash your rice at least 2 times to remove excess starch, then put it in the microwave to allow the steam to start the cooking process. I do this twice for a total of about 7 to 8 minutes. By this time, you can start checking on your vegetables to see if they're done. Poke with a fork to make sure they're tender. Then start removing them from the pot until there's nothing left. You might have to remove some of the vegetables that cook faster earlier than the ones that take a little bit more time to cook. Now moving on to another very important step. Before the rice goes in, we're going to reseason the stock. but most importantly with salt and the remainder of the nakas. The stock should taste a little bit overly salty. Don't be afraid to add more because the rice will absorb all of that flavor. I know this part can be tricky for some, but keep in mind that broken jasmine rice does not need a lot of water. Just make sure the amount of stock is proportionate to the amount of rice. When you cover it, the steam will help most of the cooking anyways. Mix the rice well into the stock, cover the pot and reduce the heat to medium-low. Let it cook for about 15 minutes, then lower it again to low and let it finish cooking. Cooking times will vary depending on how much rice you're making. I used about 18 cups of rice and it took me like 35 minutes for the rice to fully cook. And then you want to uncover the pot and fluff the rice. And there you have it, the best rice dish to ever exist. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.